Yo, what's up, Gears Montage Hub? It's your boy, HvNz, and I'm coming at you with the final informational video for Clan Wars 2026. All Clan Wars 2026 Teamtage videos will be posted exclusively on the Gears Montage Hub YouTube channel, so please make sure you're subscribed to this channel at least for the next couple of days so that you don't miss any of the videos. And before getting into the details, I want to clarify something up front. This year's Clan Wars operated underneath a slightly different framework than in previous years. The reasoning behind these changes was primarily rooted in promoting fairness, balancing the judging criteria, and encouraging positivity and cooperation within the community. In prior years, Clan Wars is negatively impacted by toxicity, a lack of structure, and bias, and as a community, we actively reflected on where things went wrong in the past and implemented changes to ensure that the tournament was as fair and accurate as possible. So, the first question we have to go over today is when are the videos coming out? And the first Teamtage is going to be uploaded Wednesday, tomorrow, February 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time and 9 p.m. GMT. After that, each Teamtage will be posted every other day at the same time with the exception of first and second place, which will be uploaded simultaneously. You can pause the screen here and make note of the upcoming schedule for the next week and a half. The next question we have is what teams participated, and the teams that participated in 2026 Clan Wars were Deny, HvNz, HvNz, Devote, Avity, Emerge, and Vulcan. The next question is, how did the bracket system work? So the format was a one-round tournament, and teams placed from 1st through 7th place. There were no head-to-head matchups, and this was done to reduce targeted animosity. This year's Clan Wars followed a single-round, winner-takes-all format, and it was designed to be competitive while minimizing unnecessary conflict. The next question is, how long did the tournament last? The tournament consisted of an 8-week clip collection period, and then a 10-week edit-in period. Next question is, how are clips verified? Clips are verified manually and thoroughly. Players were required to play using specific characters and weapon skins, which were randomly number generated during a live stream. At the end of the 8-week clip collection period, all players uploaded their clips to a Google Drive folder, which was sent directly to me. Using the same spreadsheet that was later used for clip grading, I manually verified that each clip used the correct characters and skins and was uploaded within the correct date range. For clips where players joined a match in progress and appeared as default characters, either Marcus or Drone, players were then required to type the word map in global chat in the same recording after the clip occurred. The next question is, what games were allowed? Only Gears of War Reloaded was allowed. This decision was made predominantly for two reasons. The number one reason was accessibility. Not everyone has access to consoles. A lot of people are on PC nowadays, and now everybody has access to playing the legacy titles for that exact reason. The second reason was fairness. Cross-game clip comparisons are subjective and become inconsistent very quickly. How were the videos judged? Clip scores were unrestricted and judged using the community-created standardized clip grading metric, which is linked in the description. A tier list was then created for nearly every possible clip variant that you could possibly hit in Gears of War Reloaded. Each clip began at a predefined tier score, ensuring a consistent baseline across all teams. Because clips aren't always clear-cut, the metric allowed for additional adjustments. 0.1 to 0.2 bonus points for clips that were special, unique, or rare. And likewise, -0.1 to -0.2 penalties for clips that had flaws or issues. Examples of variables that could lead to bonus points being awarded included clips that had Supermans, Spider-Mans, Hangmans, shots through smoke. We even saw bonus points being awarded if the opponents were sweaty or if the player had sweaty movement, long-range blind fires, and much more. Examples of clips that were eligible for penalties included clips which featured down but not out kills, so stolen kills, AFK or idle kills, upshots, and two pieces. Game modes were also factored into the scoring, as mode selection directly impacts a clip's difficulty or rarity. Execution and Warzone clips were graded higher than TDM, for the simple fact that when you can't respawn, hitting a clip becomes much more difficult. Clips from King of the Hill, Blitz, Osak, and 2 vs 2 Nashers were outright banned, as these game modes are generally more forgiving and easier to hit clips in. Clip scoring process and verification. In addition to the grand metric itself, every clip score used in the tournament was manually documented. I maintained a Google spreadsheet containing every clip submitted across all teams. Under the guidance of Kaos PzYcho, the clip judge, I screen shared the raw, unedited version of every clip during review. My role here was to ensure that the clip grand metric was applied accurately and consistently, confirming that each clip started at the correct tier score. From there, Kaos PzYcho independently evaluated each clip and distributed bonus points or penalties as he saw fit, based on variables such as rarity, execution, context, and any present issues. This process ensured that every clip was reviewed transparently, scored consistently, and judged directly by the assigned clip judge, with no undocumented or arbitrary score changes being made. Video length. Each team was limited to a maximum runtime of 6 minutes and 30 seconds. This prevented teams from padding videos with low-value clips and forced teams to make strategic decisions based on clip quality or point potential. Add-in scores. Add-in scores were capped at 5 bonus points, added on top of each team's clip score. Judging criteria included time remapping and velocity, time stretching or twixer, pan and crop, and then sync and overall flow. It's important to note that points were not awarded or deducted for the use of 3D modeling, typography, 2D animation, Unreal Editor cinematics, in-game cinematics, or song choice. Edit scores were distributed linearly, from the best edit to the worst edit, with the best edit receiving the highest amount of points and the worst edit receiving the lowest amount of points. Who judged the videos? Kaos PzYcho judged the clips, and then Liam, aka FlaminSnowConez, judged the edits. Roster rules. Each team was restricted to a maximum of 12 players per roster. Editors were not counted in this unless they were also participating players. The reason for this was to ensure fairness, to ensure that a team with a larger roster did not have an inherent advantage over a team with a smaller roster. Community draft. Players that were not selected by their home team or did not belong to any of the participating teams were allowed to enter into a draft pool. These players were then randomly assigned to teams with smaller rosters that needed additional players to meet the eligibility requirements. Decision-making process. Virtually every major rule, decision, and scoring criterion was reached democratically, either through a community-wide vote or discussions of one representative from each team. Participation numbers. Clan Wars 2026 features 84 players, 10 editors, 5 staff members, 2 GFXRs, and totals to approximately 100 participants. Avity placement clarification. Before continuing, it's important to address Avity's submission status. Avity did not submit their teamtage by the original deadline, and the final video exceeded the 6-minute and 30-second runtime limit, which directly impacted scoring. Because of this, a formal review was conducted. The ruling process. To ensure fairness, uninvolved team leaders from Emerge, Deny, Essence, Devote, and Vulcan reviewed the situation and approved the final ruling. As both the tournament organizer and a competing team leader, I removed myself from this decision-making process, along with Avity, to avoid any conflict of interest. Final enforcement. Only clips within the first 6 minutes and 30 seconds of Avity's video were eligible for scoring. Clips beyond the 6-minute and 30-second mark received 0 points and were not reviewed. Avity, therefore, was required to forfeit their edit score and was ineligible for the edit bonus. Final outcome. Avity did submit their teamtage, and the video was fully graded for clip score within the allowed runtime. However, due to late submission and rule non-compliance, their edit score was forfeited. Closing. This ruling ensured the tournament concluded fairly and on schedule for all the teams that followed the rules. Edit review for all other teams proceeded that next day without delay. Avity's reaction and cooperation. While Avity, along with others, were understandably disappointed to see their final placement fall below what they knew they were capable of, the team handled this situation with maturity and professionalism. Avity accepted and respected the penalty, while also understanding the importance of the ruling in preserving fairness and consistency for all teams involved in 2026 Clan Wars. Final thoughts and thanks. I would like to take a moment to thank everyone who contributed to Clan Wars 2026. Whether through planning, participation, edit, staffing, or moral support. While I hosted the tournament and implemented many of these ideas, this competition would not have been possible without the larger community. And because of that, there are a couple of people that I would like to thank. Thank you, Abyssic, Bochi, Dans, Dio or Deoxys, Enemy, Gloomy, Helios, Isles, Jared, J2, JJ, Kugat, Lithium, Lol, Mod, Paranoia, Rollers, Slasher, Soppin, Syndicate, and Temps. And to anybody else that I might have missed, thank you. Videos will begin getting posted tomorrow exclusively on the Gears Montage Hub YouTube channel. I'm HvNz, thanks for watching, and that's everything you need to know about Clan Wars 2026.